to everybody. It's day number 2 of the Hidden Clients Challenge. Now, yesterday, we mapped out your dot client, we did one traffic source, and we looked at the power of one. And today, it's where it gets exciting because we're going to build your one irresistible premium offer, and we're going to touch on clear messaging. So drop an excitement dance emoji in the chat if you're here with us live and you're excited to start mapping out this journey for your dream client. Now, as always, we're going to do our I've got distracted by my beautiful dogs and my husband bringing me a coffee. All right, there we go. Even though he's sick, he's walking out with a mask on and still bringing me a coffee. We're going to kick off with our theme song as always. So everybody in the room, let's get warmed up. Come on, stand up, stand up. We're getting warmed up and we're going to rock on out with our theme song as we wait for everybody to jump into the room. See you back in 3.5.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead
welcome to day number 3 of the Hidden Client Challenge. Today we're going to talk about the fastest way to make your offer instantly more attractive to high-ticket clients and the biggest secret about what really gets people to say yes and why most coaches are missing it. And we're going to make a mindset shift that will free you from waiting for your offer to be perfect. So who wants to do a breakthrough with me today? Drop a fire emoji in the chat. I love seeing you all coming on in and getting interactive. It was so nice to have lots of you dancing along with us in the countdown. For those of you who joined early, 15 minutes before we go live, we actually have a dance party and we use songs that you can't stream with. So today I chose some 90s rock was my playlist if you jumped in early. So if you are on the replay, #replay, if you are here live, then let us know you're live. And look at all these fire emojis coming on in. I love that. All right. So let's look at today's content. So today's agenda, we're going to just do a touch on a little bit of housekeeping, meet the team we did yesterday. Let me just fix that, shall we? Because last time we run the event, we had a bit of a mishap on day 1 and I had to do meet the team on day 2. There we go. That's better. And then we're going to dive into the A to Z journey and how you can use that to map out your offer, and then we'll just touch on a little bit of how we can create a lead magnet, right, for your promotions. Then I'm going to teach you about stop shouting and start listening. And then we're going to learn about the 4 Ps of creating an irresistible offer. Then the best way that you will improve your offer, because it'll never be perfect. And then, of course, we're going to end up with our home play, live in 5, wrap up, prize draw, and then we go dark, baby, on the dark side of the sparkle. And who's excited? I'm so excited. Let's get stuck in. Don't forget, if you show up live, 1, we get a dance party 15 minutes before. If you are a VIP, you are able to come in 1 hour before the live event. We are doing setup. We're having a chat. Team are like, send this message, answer this person. Who's got that problem? So we're fixing things, but you can come and join us if you're a VIP an hour earlier. And of course, if you're here live, most interactive prize draw. So please, what I need you to do is get those tippy-tap fingers out. It keeps me pumped. It keeps me going. But also, you could be a prize draw winner. And then, of course, we do laser coaching and networking when we go dark. There are many prizes up for grabs. So if you are just joining us for the first time, you can go back to day number 1 and catch up. I recommend that you head to sparklewithsally.com/home base. That's sparklewithsally.com/home base. That is where all the resources live and you can catch up on everything directly there. All right, guys, I'm so excited for today. We've, first off, actually, I want to do a couple of shout outs. So a fun fact, in this challenge, we actually have 3 Sharons. Normally when we're updating files, we just put in a first name sometimes, but this time we've got to put in surnames because there are so many Sharons. Sharon number 1, Sharon Sawtail, she's a current Academy client, but in her live, she said that she watched the last challenge 3 times and she fell asleep with us in her ear. Now, we know the way to be successful is RIM, right? Repetition, immersion, modeling a proven practice. Well, she's doing that repetition and she's immersing herself in the content because every time you re-listen, you'll hear something new. We also have the Sharon Barnett here. Sharon is a spinal flow practitioner who needs help reaching people who will actually respond. And she said she's going to do level 3. And she loved meeting the team. I know they're amazing, right? I am so blessed. I really am blessed to have a small but mighty team. Also, our third, Sharon McNamara, is helping menopausal women get their mojo back. I'm menopausal. The hot flushes. I have my menopausal fan that's normally very close by. All right, so we've got some more shout outs we'll do throughout the event, but thank you all for doing your home play, for doing all the things, because at the end of the day, we can give you the tasks. We can show and model success, but you have to take the action. But the good thing is you don't have to do it alone, right? You're here with such an amazing supportive community that will be there for you every step of the way. So let's jump in to today's content. I better get my little iPad up because we've got more pictures to draw today. All right, so heading on over to my iPad, we're going to talk about the A to Z journey of your customer. This is your irresistible offer. And it isn't just about the destination. It's actually about the journey. You see, your clients start here at point A. This is their pain point, their problem. And they want to get over here to point Z or Z, depends where you live in the world. That's the transformation. And your job is to build the steps to get them there, right? And guide them through the path. So drop an emoji in the chat if you know exactly where your dream client is. Put your hands up and say, I know exactly where my dream client is right now, sitting in that pain point, in that problem. And if you're guilty of selling the Z point, the final transformation, without actually mapping out the A to Z, right? Thumbs down in the chat. Let me know, get those tippy tap fingers out. All right, so this is what we are going, and yes, of course, Sharon has, because we did that together in a mapping session. Steve hasn't yet mapped his out. Well, I hope this will be the starting to that for you. Now, for those of you who are in the sneak peek, who registered for sneak peek, and if you want access to come into experience what it's like inside of the VOZ, the virtual office space, then just comment sneak peek or message your coach. And what we'll do is you will be able to join lots of sessions. And today, for our clients, we're doing session number 3 in offer creation. So that is actually a 3-hour GSD after this event that we do. Every Tuesday, we do a GSD session. So if you want access to that, just drop sneak peek in the chat and or message your success coach and we'll get all of that information for you. Now, as you can see, point A, this one here is the pain point and this one is the solution. Now, these little guys, if you think about it, these are like your major milestones or steps that you take people through. Think of them, if you're thinking in sort of course format, it's the modules, right? It's the modules you take people through. And each of these major ones is like they jump over an outcome that they've been able to achieve. And in order to get them past each of these steps, we build little mini lessons to get them over the larger hurdles. So when you're mapping out your program, first you want to think about what are the 3 to 8 major problems that I can solve to get them to that end transformation. And then once you've got those major components in place, then you work out what are the little things I need to do in order to get them over that larger hurdle. Now, what you will generally be doing in each of the lessons, you will be developing one of three things. You will either be helping them do a tool set, so you'll give them resources and tools in order to help them overcome those problems, or you will be developing a skill set with them that, you know, sometimes it takes a bit of practice when you're developing that skill set. For example, maybe you're trying to shift people into positive mindset and they've got to do gratitude daily till that shift and that neuroplasticity starts to work. And the third thing that you'll be developing is a mindset shift. So as you're developing out each of those little lessons, think, is this a tool set, a skill set, or a mindset that we're trying to change, right? Now, once you've got these A to Zs and you've got your offer mapped out, then this is where people tend to go wrong. This is where I'm going to talk to you about stop shouting and start listening. So let's imagine this person has come in and they're standing under this rain cloud, right? They've got a problem and they're not sure how to fix it. Then what tends to happen is you have figured out the solution, right? You've been through the struggles, you've figured out a method, and you're on the other side of the tunnel and the bright, beautiful sunshining day with the transformation. And you know all the steps that you need someone to go through in order to get that larger transformation. But what so many people are doing is they're standing over here and they're going, look at how awesome I am. You just need to do this step and that step. And I did this and I did that and I took this. And when I struggled with that, I did this. And you know what? All you're doing is shouting at people saying, look at me. Look how amazing I am. And what are these people under the rain cloud thinking? So, right? They don't give a shit about you. Why will they buy your program? It's to get a result for them. So instead of telling everybody how awesome you are and shouting at them from the other side, what I want you to do is stop all this shouting. I want you to get yourself an umbrella. I want you to walk on over and I want you to pitch this umbrella and stand beside them. Because what happens when they start walking towards you to the other side and they get stuck? There's a roadblock. What will most people do at that roadblock? Come on, get your tippy-tap fingers out and let me know. What will they start doing when they hit a roadblock? Yes, Steve, they give up. What else do? They get frustrated. Yes, Tina, they get frustrated. They disappear. Good one. You know what they've probably done is they've gone and bought another program thinking that's going to fix it. Or yes, Mary says it's not for me. Or they find a reason to say no, says Ash. And Kingsley says they will give up and go and find another solution. Exactly. Now, when we build out our program, we're not building it for us. Yes, sure, we want to make money, but at the end of the day, we're building it for them. So walk on over, and there's a reason why you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You need to stop and listen to what they are saying. So when they get stuck, write this down. Come back and write this down. When they get stuck, you ask, tell me more. 3 really important words. Tell me more. Now, you can frame that lots of different ways, like, oh, that's very interesting. Can you elaborate on that? right? There's lots of ways to frame it, but tell me more. Then I want you to actually listen to the words that they're saying. We actually have a rule when it comes to marketing. If they don't say it, neither do we. Because what can happen is when we've got the solution or we've been in the industry for a really long time, we start speaking jargon, right? We use our own industry speak. And these people that don't yet know what they need, because a lot of the time they'll go, I need more customers, right? That's what they want. They want more customers, but it's not what they need. They need a strategy. But when people are looking for it, they're just thinking about what they think they need. So by you listening, you will hear their wants and their needs. And we use that in our messaging, in our marketing, in our blog posts, in our emails, in our social media, in our paid ads. We're using the words that they use when they get stuck. And then we tell them some answers. So at the beginning, a lot of what we're doing is showing them what they think they need. Then we're delivering them a tool set. We help them increase their skill set and shift their mindset so they actually understand the difference between what they want and what they need. So the biggest mistake that most coaches make is standing at that Z point, shouting at their dream client instead of grabbing that umbrella, walking over to them and walking beside them. And then when they stumble, you don't just drag them. You say, tell me more. How can I help you get over those hurdles? So give us a mic drop. Let's be honest. Have you considered this before? Actually listening to the words your people say. Now, when it comes to this, to your offer itself, right? Once we know the steps, this offer will never be perfect. You see, when we put these steps together, we're putting them together based on our journey and experience. But what will happen when clients come through your program, they're going to hit hurdles. They're going to have problems that you didn't even consider. So then what you can do is add things into the lessons, improve the lessons, constantly be iterating your program because your program will never be perfect. And the best way to improve your program is have people go through it. Here's what I see so many people do is they keep postponing launching their program because they want all the pieces in the right place. But here's the thing, you're not going to know if your program is going to give actual results until you put people through it. So you've got to get it out there. I'll tell you, when I build a program, I generally build it live, like teaching in front of a classroom. And in the past, I've had a framework that I'm like, yes, I'm going to teach them all of these steps. And I got to week 2 and I realized what I had planned to do in week 7 needed to come forward because I was listening to my people. Another time I had this big automation course for people to go through, and I was delivering the content to build it out every single week. But then I got to a point where the clients weren't where I thought they would be. Now, I could have continued to deliver the content so I could make the course, but I decided to stop making the course, slow down, and help them catch up to where I thought they would be. And it took an extra few weeks, and then we were able to roll back into the content. Now, I didn't realize this when I put the program together. So your program will never be perfect. You'll just iterate it and iterate it and iterate it. So you need to get it out there. And it doesn't have to be the massive transformation the first time you put it out. Maybe it's just a small part of it and you build upon it. When I launched my first membership, I went and sent an email on Boxing Day to all my email list and I said, I've got an idea. I'm going to start a membership and here's the thing. I promise that I'm going to teach you something once a month and I'll do an Ask Me Anything once a month. Are you in? Now, they know I do automation, sales and marketing. So people said yes. And so once a month I had to think of a content, which ended up turning into what we ended up calling them was marketing action plans. And every month I delivered a marketing action plan that they could then turn into some type of promotion. So we've got lead return sequences, we've got the 9-word email, we have a live event, we had build a lead magnet. There was, I think in all, I ended up writing about 20 of them over the span of a couple of years. And at the beginning, everybody got a map, but then I sold later when it got bigger and bigger, we went from $14.95, eventually selling it for $4.95 a month. And that slowly went up as more resources and content and everything. But then I blocked off the maps for those who were joining and they could unlock a map a month, right? So I pivoted the way in which I delivered the content because if they came in and they've got 20 choices, they'd tend to choose nothing. So it was like choose one a month and implement. So as you can see, your offer evolves, it develops, but the only way is through having people in the program. And how are you going to do that? Well, you've got to do marketing. You've got to do sales, right? So if we're talking about marketing and we come back over here, what you will do is once you know the steps of your program, what you will do is you will grab a small piece of this program, pull it out, and you will have a little mini A to Z. That is your lead magnet. This piece shows them if they pay, wow, all that stuff for free. Imagine what happens if I pay. And what we do then is we build the gap back to the program. So the gap is, I'm going to give you 5 steps, but there's 8 in the program. Or let me cover in depth step 1 and 2, and the rest is over in the program. And there's lots of ways to frame that, and we help you with that. But you just pull out a small piece. And here's the deal. This is what you get known for. This is your marketing. Out there in the big wide world, people know you for this. Then once they come into your program, they'll see, wow, look at all of these amazing things you help me with. Because you don't want to overwhelm them with all the things up front. Because people do not actually buy this. They do not buy the program. If you want to lose weight, you're not buying someone yelling at you and making you exercise. You're buying the dress that I can fit into for the wedding or the outfit I can wear to the beach. They're buying the outcome. So we need to keep it super simple. And another thing that people really confuse when it comes to building out their offer, they think your offer is your program, but it is not. Your offer is made up of 4 P's. So before we move on, who has a bit of an idea of the steps that you're going to take people through? We did this last week in GSD. We started to map all of that out with our clients. And if you're going to join us in Sneak Peek, you'll see the fruition of that on the other side and what we're going to do with that further today. But who is like, I haven't actually sat down and mapped it out? Kingsley's like starting to see which way the road is going. Excellent. You know, sometimes the hardest part, actually, most of the time, the hardest part isn't what you actually put in the program. The hardest part is knowing what to leave out. You see, people do not pay you for you to teach them everything you know. They pay you to teach them what they need to know. Write this one down. People do not pay you for everything you know. They pay you for what they need to know. And the reason for that is they're cutting a check for speed. If they could do it alone, they would. They're paying you because they have not been able to do it themselves. And honestly, I built a course on branding. And I used to teach graphic design, branding, and photography, and a few other things at unis and TAFEs back in the day. Because I did so much in design, I learned about color theory and pre-press and like how inks all mix together and all the different types of typography and the history of typography and Helvetica and Comic Sans. And I started teaching all of these things in this personal branding course. And guess what? Most of that they didn't need to know, right? And I look back at the program, and this is a huge learning for me, is I need to leave stuff out in order to get them to that result. So if you're struggling to pull everything out of your brain and organize it in a particular way, then I'd recommend you do all the home plays and all the lives, because you might be a winner of our mapping session, which I literally do that. I pull your entire life story out of your brain. You get a whole day with me. I think last one I did was with Sharon. We did 6.5 hours, and I'm still working on her stuff in the background for the next 2 weeks. So if you're struggling to pull it all out, then, you know, do all your home plays, do all of your lives, because you just might be lucky enough to earn one of those mapping sessions. Sharon says your brain still hurts, but I hope you've got clarity now. Sharon is no longer talking about I sell this product, look at this product. She's saying let me teach you some stuff, and if you want to buy the product as well, awesome, but let me teach you some stuff about how to use the product. And she teaches people how to cook simply and easy. And we came up with a framework name, Sharon. What was the framework name? I'm so in launch mode now, I forget what the framework name is. Unmute yourself for us. Real food, real easy. And with the
real food, real easy.
Yeah, and the method was called something else.
The flavor method.
The flavor method, because Sharon was known as the flavor fairy, and she works and has Flavorista. But at the end of the day, she just wants to help people make real food real easy. So even if you're busy, you can whip up a meal real fast. And you've got to add flavor to it. She's got some great stories around one of her sons that went out and he ate at a friend's house, and he came home and he said to her, Sharon, Mum, there was no flavor in it, because they didn't add the flavors. And these types of stories, when you're educating people, yeah, that's the right word, helps people to remember things as well. The way you can help people remember is stories, analogies, and quotes. And then eventually people just start talking like you. Who says can't sell a secret, right? Everyday be marketing, right? All the things we say here, we hear our clients. They'll come into the room and they'll go, oh, I had you on my shoulder, Sally, telling me everyone, like fortunes in the follow-up, right? Little Sally in your ear. So let's talk about your offer. So with your offer, it is not just the program. So let's break this on down. So the 4 Ps. The first one is your program, right? The steps in which you take people through. So this is the work, right? And you're going to hold them accountable to getting through those steps. Now, the thing that most people forget is you also need a promise. So the promise is where they will end up. What is the transformation that your client will receive when they get to the other side? Now, yesterday when we went dark, we were talking about, it's totally just left my brain. Hello, ADHD. Squirrel. All right, coming back, I'll get to that story. I knew I had one, but it's just left my brain. But the promise is the transformation. So for us, it could be, we've got a couple, right? And one of them that you guys had is how to use live and community to grow your audience and land clients. Now, the next part of the offer is the package. Now, the package is all of the inclusions. So the inclusions are things that are going to help with ACE. What is ACE? ACE is accountability. What can you add to your program to hold them accountable? So when people join us, Ash catches with them when she does a meeting when they first join, at week 2, at week 3, at day 30, at day 60, at day 90, and then on. She's holding them accountable to the promises that they said they would do. Other things is the C is community. We work better together than we do alone. How can you bring community in? Because even though the people may have to do the program and do the work, they don't have to do it alone. And knowing that they're sitting in a room with people with the same problems, looking for the same outcomes, even though their journey through life has been different, building that sense of community is what keeps people coming back. Because when you watch a YouTube video, you've got no one to chat with about the outcome, or did it work, or I tested it and it could be better, or I'm having a bad day, help me lift myself out of it. You do not get that if you just watch a YouTube video. So your package can also be a bit of a hybrid between additional resources that you tack on to your program. We have expert sessions. So if you're doing the sneak peek and you have joined the calendar, you will see all the different expert sessions that we run throughout the week, from graphic design, copywriting, AI messaging, strategy, GSD workshops, mindset coaches, mindfulness. I'm sure there's more. Now, the third P is the price. Now, the price is usually... the third E is enhanced. The third E is enhanced opportunity. E is enhanced opportunity. So enhanced opportunity are things like time with the guru, time with you, right? We have, if you can get 10 people together in an area and you're all from the sparkle world, we'll send you a care package in your little meetup. Or next year, we're going to be doing an in-person event. And if you're part of our program, you will automatically be a VIP. You could also do bonus one-on-one sessions. Now, an enhanced opportunity that we have inside our program is, if you're struggling to close on sales calls, we will watch your sales calls and show you areas where your verbiage may have scared them. Right? It's like you're telling them all the steps and they're like, holy shit, I got to do all of that. They don't need to know all of the steps. You know what they are. What you need to help them with is see that they can do it. Right? So enhanced opportunity as well inside of our community is, when you do your messaging, we'll review it. When you write up your offer, we will review it. We can also help you build out all your sales and marketing automations and funnels so that you can focus on only what you need to do, which is fill it. Get out there and market and put new people in front of that free lead magnet. Now, the fourth P is price. So generally with price, it's an upfront and a payment plan. And we give a bonus for people who pay upfront because, one, it increases our cash flow so we can spend more on marketing. My husband always says if I was to win Tats Lotto, and I say it too, I'd probably spend it on ads because I could take that $1 million and turn it into 5. Right? It's a good investment. But price. So you've got the program, the steps people go through, the promise, the outcome you're going to give them, the transformation that the client will achieve, the package, which is the delivery of that format, which can include group coaching, hybrid, expert sessions, meetups, accountability pods, and we have a whole list of things for you to choose from when you're putting your packaging together. So out of those 4 Ps, the program, the promise, the package, let me know in the comment which one of those feels the strongest to you right now. You're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that one down. Pop it in the chat. And then the second question is, let's have a look here. So Sharon reckons her promise, real food, real easy. Your promise is awesome, Sharon. Real food, real easy. Who else is, come on, get those tippy tap fingers out. Yeah, the promise is the easy part. Steve says the price. Kingsley says the promise is the easy. Tina says the promise. And here's the thing, your promise will change over time. At the beginning, we used to say yes to everybody. But eventually I realized the clients that I'm like, look at my calendar, how many more months until this project is done? Next time I won't say yes to those people who are people who blame people for them not being successful. Like, you didn't help me enough. We had one person that went crazy across social media. If they had spent as much time on their business as they spent saying that we didn't help them, their business would be amazing, right? We actually worked for them over Christmas. We worked for them. When we were away on a road trip, we stopped at cafes to watch their live events and give them feedback and help them improve before they went live. Then we also read all of their messaging, helped put their program together. We built their funnel, and they still said, we're a shit company. Why? Because they did not do the work. Funny thing is, oh no, I'm not even going to go down that path. No, Ash is like, no, diplomatic, Sally. This is what happens in the VOZ stays in the VOZ. So when we're in the VOZ and we're chatting with our clients, these type of, stories come out as well. All right. So what about your biggest struggle? What's your biggest struggle when it comes to the Ps? Is it the package? Is it the promise? Is it the price or the program? Yeah, so price, that one comes down to confidence. Confidence in what you can deliver will be delivered. The more people you have say yes to you, right? They're actually saying yes to them, not to you. They're saying yes to themselves. The more of those you get, the more confidence you will get in the price. I had a client who she had cerebral palsy, and she helped people with cerebral palsy learn how to use different tools to be out in the world. She couldn't talk clearly, so she would write her script and put it up on screen and still try to talk it, but she would have her, which I helped her figure out how to do it, is put her text on screen. Now, she wasn't real techie, so she just shared screen a Word document. So while she was like talking, and this is not picking on her, but it was like, people could read the words. She ended up being invited to be speaking on stages. And, she had struggled with cerebral palsy, and her being able to, utilize the resources around her, give people tool sets and skill sets, but she would go into a sales call not confident. And she was trying to sell this 12-week intensive program for $100, right? $100. Now, say, if you've got an income goal, what's your monthly income goal? Pop it in the chat. What is your monthly income goal? Hers was $10,000. Now, if she's selling a $100, now don't do math live, so I'm grabbing my phone. If she's selling a $100 offer and she wanted to hit a $10,000 month, she had to sell 100. How hard is it to sell $100 products? So she came in, we reviewed her sales call, I sent her back and I said, ask for 1,000. And she's like, no. I said, well, 997. She came straight back after that call and she's like, oh my God, they said yes. I said, great. I know you've got 2 more calls today. On the next one, I want you to ask for 2,000. She said, I can't do that. I said, 1997. She went away. Guess what? She came back. They said yes. So it's your confidence. Please, around the price, do not put your own beliefs on what you will pay onto other people, right? We all may have mindset blocks, but do not put those price things on other people. Some of those people might be working full time. They're married to someone with plenty of money, or they're in retirement and everything's opened up and they've got all this extra money to go forth and leave a legacy on the world. You don't know. You don't know. I've had a client who was jumping, bed hopping from house to house and didn't have a lot of money. What they did is they went out and got a job for Uber so they could afford the program. So you need to allow them, again, tell me more and listen to what they're saying. All right. Sharon's is 5,000 a month. Mary's is 4,000. Sharon's is 10. Kingsley's is 10. Excellent. You know, around that 10-figure mark, you start to hire a team. Even around 5K, you can start hiring your first team member. My first team member was a bookkeeper because I hate Xero. My second team member was a PA. Now I have an EA who literally follows me everywhere and tells me to take my break and go and see your husband and take your pills. Awesome. All right. Love seeing all of this. We're going to note all of these goals down as well because I want to see you there in 12 months' time. When you run the same promotion on repeat for 12 months and you dial it in and you will hit that income goal. Do not give up on it. All right. And remember this, your offer is written in sand, not cement. It will change. And this is a mindset shift that you need. Your offer is not set in stone. It is written in sand. And the best way to improve your offer is to have clients go through it. And every round you will tweak it. Every round you'll adjust it and iterate it to make it stronger. Now that's not just your program, your offer, it's also your promotion that you run on repeat, right? The first time we ran this event was a month or 2 ago. And I had not run it I've never run it called the Hidden Client Challenge before. Now I had to dial in. I wanted to spend a fair bit of money on my ads and I was only able to spend 1/4 of that because I couldn't dial it in properly. Now this time we ran, I still wanted to spend the same amount and I didn't dial it in until the day before and it was ready to scale. So we actually spent just under half on the ads that I wanted to spend. But if scaling was easy and you could just say, oh, I'm spending $100 and I made 1,000. So if I spend 1,000, I should make 10. It doesn't work that way. I wish it was that easy. We've got to keep tweaking and pulling little levers. All right. So let me know, what will it look like for you in 12 months' time? Yeah. Does it help you feel a little lighter hearing that your offer doesn't need to be perfect before you sell it? It can just be an idea of the steps you're going to take people through. And the best way to validate that offer is for somebody to say yes. Then you know people are willing to pay. I've had clients that have spent 3 years putting their program together and they don't even know if people are going to like it. So map it out and then put it out and see and ask. As we say, get your ask into gear. Get in front of new eyes in different traffic sources and get your ask into gear. All right. So commitment levels. Who's our level 3? You're all in. You got all the sparkle? Yes? Yes? Yeah, Sharon's like, woo! Actually, how many Sharons do we have in the room today? Are they all in here at the moment? I think they are maybe. Hang on. Yes, they are. They're all here. I think. Hang on. There's a few people in here. There's 2. Asha's showing me 2. All right. So that's today's content for you. And I'm hoping that it has made things a little lighter for you. We covered the A to Z journey and the outcome. We talked about grabbing that umbrella and stop telling everybody how awesome it is and all the things you've done, because people don't care about that. They care about how you can help them. Then we spoke about the 4 Ps of your irresistible offer, and you have now identified what is your strongest and what is the one that needs the most work. And the best way to improve your offer is to have people go through it. So let's now click on to, where are we going? Home play. Here we go. Actually, before we get into home play, I want you to I'm going to ask for some hand raisers. Your biggest takeaway from today. We'll bring up 3 people and I want you to introduce yourself and very briefly tell us what you do and who you help. So you never know who might be watching, right? We're all about paying it forward, good karma here. If we can help you get clients, we're definitely for that. And then you're going to share what you like best. So if you want to be one of those 3 that come up, just raise your hands or find it in the reactions area. First up, we're going to bring Tina. Come on up, Tina. Just start talking and you should come on screen. She's looking for the button.
Oh, sorry. I'm Tina. I've just started selling Sensi. I went into it thinking, I'll do it for me. I had 2 fantastic clients that are just obsessed. So they've run with it. I need to feel more comfortable going live doing these things, but getting out of today, I think my posts don't have to be perfect and not everybody's going to buy it. Stop posting just the pretty things and, the ones that don't look fantastic, post them anyway because someone will like it.
That's right. Do you know, most of your people are stalking and not talking. Lots of lurkers out there that could eventually turn into loyal fans. So you've got to put it out there.
Christmas,
yeah.
3 that have said yes to a Christmas offer. So.
Awesome, right? And that's by putting it out there and getting your ask into gear. Go live as well. Teach people stuff. Grab one of your products and teach people about it. There are different flavors that help for different mindset shifts or, if you want to be energized or you want to relax or think about the problems they have and how that product can serve them and teach on that. The product is a bonus. It's the education.
See, I'm sweating now
just thinking about it. Here's the thing. You know when you go to the gym and you start working out and you're sweating your ass off and you get home and you can hardly move and you forgot did those muscles even goddamn exist? But then once you keep going to the gym, what happens? You don't come home as sore. You don't come home as you should come home as sweaty, but you can do more before you get sweaty. The same is with live. I promise you, I've been doing this since 2015. When you start hitting that button, and that's why we have the GSD by OmniSam community, is for you to hit it and practice in a supportive, loving community. Build up that confidence muscle. If you do the same thing for 5 days, I promise you will not feel as nervous and as sweaty on the first day. My story, which I fully regret, taking my first live down, it took me 2 weeks. Every day I would grab my phone, I'd go down to my spare room because there was natural light coming in from the window. I had a packing box and 2 rolls of toilet paper, and I'd set my phone up. I'll teach you about the rolls of toilet paper on one of our daily lives. But I'd go down there and I'd set it up and I'd get ready. Fuck, I need to clean that pantry. Right? Or, oh, the washing hasn't been done since this morning, right? And then when eventually I hit that go live button, I was all ums and ahs, and I was sweating so hard, Tina, that I could feel the sweat rolling down my back and into my butt crack. I was so nervous. And then I deleted it, which I regret. If you're going to delete it, save it because you'll look back in years and years and years to come and go, wow. Now, the thing as well with Facebook is they recently started deleting things after 30 days, which I'm a bit pissed because most of my lives are on Facebook and I had links back to thousands of live streams I've done over the years and I didn't hear about it until it was too late. So we didn't save all of my live videos since 2015. And especially, remember, I went live for 365 days. So, Tina, your challenge is you're going to do the lives. Go back to day one and do them in our community. We're here to support you. There is no judgment, okay? And if you can build that confidence muscle, it will get easier and easier. And then eventually you'll feel confident enough to do it on your own pages, in your own communities. But start here with the people who are in, most of them are in the same position as you. Sound like a plan? Yes,
Yep.
yes. We're going to hold you accountable.
Okay.
We're going to hold you accountable.
All right. Can I do it later though?
You can do it whenever you like, but you've got to do it every day. When I did the 365-day live challenge, there was a time it was like 2 minutes to midnight, and I'm like, because I've been doing it for months by then. Oh, shit, I haven't gone live. I got up and I went, hi, I'm live. I'm tired. Everyone's sleeping. Good night. And I did it because I wanted to go live every day. Another day I had a fight with my husband, and I still hadn't done my live. And we had the fire pot burning in the backyard. You've seen the fire pot. We had the fire pot burning in the backyard. And what I did was I didn't want to put my face on camera because I was all red and gross. So I went live and I put it at the fire and I said, I'm here for my daily live. Who loves to just get mesmerized by watching the flames dance? Let's do that together for the next minute. And we just watch the flames together. So it does not have to be perfect. It doesn't always have to be teaching people stuff. Sometimes it's just that connection point that people will see. All right. I'm going to move on to number 2. Ash has got her hand up, so she wants to jump in first, and then we're going to bring someone else up. Ash.
Hello. Good to see you, everyone. Let me lower my hand. I've just been reading the comments, and this is very much the same for me, Tina. I just want to let you know, some of us still shake. Some of us still get sweaty. Some of us still and ah the whole way through. What you can't see with me talking to you right now is where my hands are and me moving my hands like this below to try and keep me focused. Some of us have been doing this on and off for a very long time. It gets easier. It does get easier, but you're not alone. Even the experts and those who have been doing it for a really long time will and ah. And last night, I'm not sure if you saw my live on Sally's page, I did it differently to how I normally would, which caught me off guard, and I didn't look at the camera. And I was looking everywhere but the camera, and I was blinking, and my lighting was bad, and I was here, there, and everywhere, really confused, forgot what I was saying because everything was just not how it normally is, but I did it anyway. So just remember, you're not alone. We all feel it, no matter how long we've been doing it for. And the GSD group is there to support you and cheer you on. No one is going to jump on and be like, oh, what about live? Her lighting is so bad. Becky, look at her big butt. That's not going to be happening. So don't worry about it. We're here to support you, cheer you on, tell you you're doing a great job. That doesn't make it easier to press the button, but just know that we're all G, boo.
Yeah. Right. And I'll say after I finished the 365-day live, at the beginning, my family would be like, "Did you do your live today? Did you do your live today?" By the end of it, they would not, every time I picked up my phone, they ran. So I couldn't even take a photo anymore of my family. So I stopped just picking up the phone and going live. And I did that for a really long time. And when I restarted doing it again, I was petrified and I kept making excuses like I did before, finding something else to do. All right. And, if you don't raise your hand, I just bring people up around here. So next, who's going to share their key takeaway from today? Raise your hand. Come on up. I'll have to find you on the screen. Let's bring up Sharon. Sharon, come on up. And please just start talking. You'll come on screen. Well, first, everyone knows what Sharon does after my little spruik of you today. Real food, real easy. What was your key takeaway today, Sharon?
Seeing this is my second time around, and I've had my mapping session. I think my takeaway was the 4 Ps again, but this time round, I've kind of got my idea around the whole program. The price still is a bit iffy for me, but that's because I'm looking at from me and not from a normal person, like you told me last week. And Ash said the same thing to me. So we'll do the beta test, and then we'll see how that goes, and then we'll change it.
Yes.
If we need to.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right. Who else are we going to find in the audience here? Kingsley. Kingsley, come on up. Let me find you and make sure you're good to come on camera. You are. Just unmute. First off, Kingsley, let everyone know what it is you do and who you help.
I sell a membership to an amazing travel club, which provides people with incredible discounts for some travel. Flights, not so much, but certainly cruises, accommodation, car rental and activities, that sort of thing.
Okay, well, we just had a meeting with a side meeting last night, didn't we, Ash, with the team? And we're looking at a few different travel destinations, and we've all even talked about the team meeting up after hours, not paid time, just fun time, and planning a trip where we can all meet together in a place with accommodation and, I think Ash and Vinodi said they'll even share a bed to save a bit of dollars, right? No one sleeps with a boss except for Ash.
Adding to
You're
that,
giving out secrets here, Sal. How did I get this job?
Yeah.
one of the amazing things that this company does is it has what they call lifestyle experiences, where you jet in somewhere and you buy a package. So they might book out a whole hotel or a whole resort, and it's just people who belong to this program who are there.
Wow. Oh, my God.
And you have the choice of what you want to go and do. There's always someone who's you're all on the same wavelength. You're all travelers. You're all similar people. And it's great networking.
I've got so many
well as
ideas for your business. You've got no idea. Oh, my God. I got so many
So,
ideas. Me and my mapping
that's
brain.
really amazing for people who perhaps are solo travelers who are not very confident that they can go somewhere and there's people there to go to the markets with and do all that sort of stuff.
That's awesome. I love that. Tina's like, I want to go on a rock and the boat cruise. Oh, you want to go to the rock and the boat cruise. I love that. My daughter's best friend went solo traveling around the world. She spent a couple of months with a friend or a couple of weeks with a friend and the rest all by herself. And brave girl. What did you like best about today, Kingsley? What's your key takeaway?
Well, it's about packaging it. Obviously, my price is set by the company as it's a membership, but it's finding the way to package it and finding a way to sort of attract customers, often through a free ebook or a free tips on traveling or something like that, which and that helps build your email list as well. Yeah.
Okay. So I know you've got fixed pricing with the company, but there
Yep.
are other ways that you can upsell what
Sure.
you do. There's add-ons that you can do in the travel industry that have this type of model. I've done it. I did it when I was in network marketing. You know, I created additional add-ons and programs that I would sell that complemented what came with the company that I was working with. So that's definitely something to consider. All right.
Yes.
And we've done our 3. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on up. Let's get stuck into now the home play. Let me find the button. There it is. All right. So today's home play, what I want you to do is I want you to post the transformation that your offer creates. Now, I'm going to even make it more simple for you, and I'm going to give you the framework. I help insert the ideal client avatar. Who is that person? Women wanting to lose baby weight, coaches, consultants, service-based businesses, that's us, right? People who love to travel. Go from what is their pain point to what is the outcome. And then we use so you can. This is really important. By using so you can, it allows you to insert the benefit. Now, let me tell you the difference between a benefit and a feature. A feature is the things they're like, things like a feature would be expert sessions, right? It's a thing that you get. Or a feature would be, you know, your online course. Or a feature would be coaching or a community group. But the benefit is tied to the transformation. So it's either an emotional benefit, right? Or it's a transformational benefit. It's tied to emotions. So think about Popeye, okay? Popeye, his feature is, what does he eat to become strong? He eats the spinach. That's the feature. But the benefit is he's strong and confident. So when you are inserting, think emotional connection to the outcome. And then this is a little spin I like to put on the end. I call it baby-splaining, right? You say to people and you give them a really simple example. So I would say, I help service-based business who love to teach people stuff go from piecemealing all their tech together and having 15 tools to attracting people and having the tools look after the follow-up. So they can spend more time doing what they love. You know when you scroll through Facebook and you see those little posts that has ads on it? That's what I do. I help people with that. See what I did there? I just baby-splained an example. You know when? So let's go, let's do Sharon as an example. I help busy families go from, oh shit, it's 5 o'clock, what am I going to cook for dinner? To whipping something up real fast, real easy in the kitchen. So they never have to worry about dinner time again. You know when you are just opening the fridge and you're like, what am I going to cook? You'll know how simple it is to like just pull a few things out and whip it up in 5 minutes, right? So there's a little spin on it. So I would like you to post that transformation statement as your home play. And you know what this is? If you're talking to people in a line at a checkout, if you're chatting with people in an elevator, you've heard about the elevator pitch? This is what you use. And the more you practice it, the more easier it will come. Just like going live. You'll be able to bring it up in conversations. And the thing is you might have said it to 50, 100 people before, but that person's never heard it before either. So it's okay. They don't know that you're just doing something on repeat. All right, the next one is, Ash wants to come up. Do you have something to add, Ash?
I do. I've just put a template in the chat for you all there. So I help, etc., etc. But I just want to remind you all, language matters. If we don't use if they don't use those words, neither do we. So using really big, I help influential women strategize their business success so that they can elevate their financial standing, for example. Just that's a quick one that came to my head. It's too much, it's a mouthful, and it's not words that they're going to say. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Baby splain.
Yeah,
Short,
I want to add to
sweet,
that, Ash.
easy to say.
Last challenge, we had people doing this, and this is why we brought in the baby splaining. Sharon will notice. Remember? Tweak it, make it better. We had people going live. They had written out their statement and they couldn't even read their own words. They were so complicated. Like you're starting to use words like limiting beliefs and elevating your mindset out of blah, blah, blah. Like if you can't say it, don't say it. Keep it super simple. KISS, right? Keep it super simple. All right. So let's move into the...
And,
yeah, go Ash, sorry.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Jenny's got a great one. Jenny has submitted one. I help high-performing professional women to go from procrastinating and doubting themselves to courageously starting their dream coaching business so that they can leave their job while helping others live their best life.
Excellent.
So that's Jenny.
And you know when you're stuck in corporate and you're dreaming of getting out of corporate, that's what I help people do. Right? Super simple. All right. The rest of home play we have here. I want you to share which of the 4 Ps you feel strongest about, and then which of the 4 Ps needs the most work. Now, a lot of our program, we tell people that you need to kind of improve different areas of your business and at least spend a month on some of them, right? Because building a business isn't quick and easy and it takes time. Your first year is just going through the seasons once. The second year, you start to understand the season. So, you forget it's Christmas time and you've run no promotions and now you've got no money through December and January when I should have been running promotions way back in October. So I had money through Christmas. I didn't realize that until I went through the seasons. Or you forgot Black Friday was coming and you forgot to put out promotions, right? Oh shit, I won't do that next year. I'll set reminders or I'll automate it so it just happens, right? And then we continue to measure and optimize our business over time. It took my first 12 months, I was not in profit. By year 2, we were. By year 3, we were pretty awesome. But when I there's a whole story. I took a bit of time off from this business and I came back to it and I restarted. And a lot of stuff happened. I lost my mum and a few things kind of, I felt like, oh my God, I was crying down the side of the house. Oh my God, I built a monster and I can't get out. So I took some time off. Here's the thing. The second time, what took me 3 years to get to, took me 3 months to get to the second time around because I'd done it before. Right? So if you're even starting from scratch, allow yourself grace and time. People are expecting, I hate shiny ball marketing. It pisses me off. I'll show you how to land high ticket clients with no funnel. Bullshit. Bullshit. You will not grow a sustainable business without marketing. I'll show you how to make $10,000 in a month. Yeah, but what did you do for the 5 years before that month? Right? I hate shiny ball marketing. It pisses me off no end because I don't bullshit you. I tell you it's hard. You got to do the work, but you don't have to do it alone. And we will help you cut a check for speed. All right, let's move into day number 2. My favorite part. I went to bed last night listening to you all. I may not always comment, but if you see a heart from my personal profile, you know I've watched it. Okay? We have some awesome people I want to shout out as well. We had Zoe Wood. She went live and talked about procrastinating and that she wants to have a functioning lead magnet by the end of the challenge. And I know she can because she's an action taker. Mary Martin, I love your puppy. Her dog Tex was on, and she's up in the beautiful Sunshine Coast. My husband's family live on the Gold Coast, so when we make a trip up, maybe we can meet halfway. Steve Gregory said he's going to go all in on his Confident Leader program. And we've had a few people also jumping into the welcome intro posts, like Michael, Heather Mola, who's also a VIP, Beth Batty, Rebecca Harvey. She delivers skills workshops. Kingsley sharing a new business and promoting memberships to his travel club, which he just shared with you. Right, so awesome, you guys. So let's do this live in 5 for today. So, as well as writing out your transformation statement, I want you to do it on your live, all right? I want to hear the words as well as read the words. The second thing is I want you to share with us what excites you most about your offer and why is it that you do what you do, right? What excites me is helping people pull all of the shit out of their brain and put it in a method, right? All the 40, 30, 50 years of stuff and actually create a method, create a promise, create an offer. And I do it because for some reason, it's a gift I have and I don't know where it comes from. And I can only do 2 a month because honestly, they are a lot of work, but I leave those sessions buzzing. The other one is I am such an automation nerd. I dream about tags and squiggly lines. I think it comes from my love of design and specifically communication design, which is taking very complicated things and simplifying it. And it probably also links to offer creation. You know, it's not what you put in it, it's what you leave out. And the same with automation. I just love it. And that's something that I do because it saves people time. It stops leads falling through the cracks because you've got some beautiful people out there that need your help. And if you ain't following up, well, I hope you are following up, but you can also have automation help you do that. So our systems helps people save time so they can spend more money on income-producing activities. All right, next question. And for fun, I want to hear, what is your favorite quote? So if you all know, at the end of every live, I always say, never let anyone dull your sparkle. And I think it has a lot to do with things that happened to me growing up. Being pushed down and shut down, and especially because I've got ADHD, I cut people off and I talk too much. And I yibba yabba and I'm very loud. My mum was really loud. We would go out and if I was on the other side of the pub, we could hear my mum. I definitely got that from her. So don't let other people dull your sparkle. Never let other people dull your sparkle. And one that we'll tell you in the dark, every day be marketing, right? And income producing activities every day. Be doing an income producing activity. So there's a few, but I would say my favorite quote, Ash is thinking about our 15-minute crazy video we made together. That's for the dark side. If you ask about it, we'll send you it from like 7 or 8 years ago. Favorite quote, never let anyone dull your sparkle. Whether it's on live, whether it's in conversations, whether it's, people telling you that you can't, you have to believe that you can. It's not a lack of resources. It's not a lack of the things you can help people with that will stop you from moving forward and sharing your inner sparkle. What it is a belief in yourself that you can. No matter how hard it gets, you have to believe that you can. When I started this business, originally I said to my husband, give me 5 years. Give me 5 years. It's all I needed to prove that I could to them. I already knew it. I just had to prove it. All right, so that's your questions. And was there one more? I believe there was. Yes. What did you like best about day 2? So take a screenshot, use that for your live. The post should have landed inside the Facebook group, or you can click on it inside of Home Base to get directly there for all the tips around today's home play. Now, tomorrow, let's talk about tomorrow. Well, tomorrow we're moving into the build it stage. Now, this is huge. This is my favorite day. So out of all the days, I would highly recommend you do not miss this one, because now we've looked at your irresistible offer. I'm going to show you how to create unstoppable momentum and how you can use one repeatable growth strategy to scale your business fast. I'll show you what I like to call the snowball effect, right? This secret is what took me from a trickling amount of people to a flood of people into my business. This one is a game changer. Day number 3 is not to be missed. This is the day that will shift everything, and you will be committing to that one promotion for 12 months, and you will find out why. So before we wrap up, do not forget to do all the prize entries, because today we got spin the wheel. Let me get this out of the way. So for those who have done the intro, post, tools, struggles and goals, our winner for this one is yay, Marie! And a bit of sparkle for you. Bit of sparkle. All right, and this one is for the OmniSam fans who follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And our winner is Tina! Yay! And she's in the room. I love. Now, this is where it gets golden, and these are some of the best prizes. So these are the home play people. Now, if you're joining us late, every day we build upon the last. So every day we'll be doing this prize show right up until home base disappears. And today's home play winner is Mary Martin, and she's in the room as well. Woo! All right, and then our live in 5 is, now these entries go in an hour before we go live. So if you did it in the last hour before the live, you won't be on the list. And this one is, Stephen Gregory. I know he was here, and I think he left some sparkles for him as well. Well done to all of our day 2 prize winners. So to claim your prize, please DM your success coach. Now, we do not give out the prize through the challenge. We batch deliver them at the end of next week. There's a reason for that. What are we only doing this week? This is your only learning and development. So we're not going to give you your prizes because you'll get shiny ball and squirrel off over there. I need you to stay focused on what we're trying to achieve here, because every day builds upon the next. All right, guys, so excited. So today we covered an irresistible offer, guiding your clients from A to Z and not shouting at them from Z, grabbing that umbrella, going over to where your clients are, walking beside them and saying, tell me more. We also looked at the 4 Ps, your program, your promise, your package, and your price. And we also mentioned that your offer is written in sand, not cement. And the best way to improve your program is to have your clients go through it. All right. So tomorrow's an exciting day. Thank you, everyone. Now, come on, stand up. Everyone, get up, get up, get up. We are about to dance on out with the Sparkle song as we go dark. So hang on in. If you're here live, hang on in, because we will be networking. You never know. You might meet your next business buddy. You might meet your next client. We're about to do some networking and also answering any questions that have been submitted. So if you want to submit any questions, please do so via the link on Homebase. All right, I love seeing you all stand up. Let's get this rocking and rolling, and never let anyone dull your sparkle, and make sure you get at least one income producing activity done every day. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I'll see you later on today for day 2's live.
Every day be marketing.
Yes, Ash.
Every day be marketing. Do, 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 do.
You shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine.